Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar titled AI Behind Bars, Reliability and Admissibility of Artificial Intelligence in Criminal Investigation. Today, we explore how artificial intelligence is transforming the way justice is carried out, from predictive policing to forensic analysis. And we ask a central question: can evidence produced or assisted by AI be considered reliable and admissible in court? To start, let's look at a real-world scenario. A person wrongly arrested because of a facial recognition error. One mistake by an algorithm sparked global debate about how much we can trust AI in law enforcement. And in our webinar, we will follow three key objectives. First, define what AI-based evidence is. Second, analyze existing legal standards for admissibility. And third, explore the ethical, technical, and legal challenges surrounding AI in criminal justice. So let's begin by my teammate Dua, who will define what we mean by AI evidence.
Okay, thank you, Malek. So to understand this topic, we must first define AI evidence. And there are two main categories. The first one, AI-generated evidence. This type of evidence is produced directly by algorithms, often with minimal human involvement. Examples include facial recognition matches, voice identification results, and deepfake detection outputs. And second, AI-assisted evidence. This category supports human analysis and decision-making rather than replacing it. Examples include the Compass risk assessment tool used in sentencing, predictive policing heat map, data clustering for digital forensics. The distinction is crucial. AI-generated evidence raises higher concerns about transparency.
Okay.
So now Umayma will explain how courts evaluate the reliability of such evidence through legal frameworks and precedents.
Okay, so thank you, Dua. Can I see the next slide? Thank you. So, when AI evidence is presented in court, judges use established legal standards to decide whether it's reliable and admissible. So, the two most influential ones are the Frye test and the Dobbert standard. So, what is the Frye test? Originating from Frye in the United States, this test says scientific evidence is admissible only if it's generally accepted by the relevant scientific community. For AI, that means if a facial recognition system or algorithm isn't widely accepted or validated, it might be excluded. So the Frye test ensures reliability but can slow innovation too. Now for the Dobbert standard, in Dobbert v. Merrill Dow Pharmaceuticals, judges became the gatekeepers of scientific evidence. They evaluate four properties: whether the method can be tested, whether it's been peer-reviewed, if it's known error rates, and if it's general, and they review the general acceptance. So this framework is more flexible, but it's challenging for AI, especially because many algorithms function as black boxes, so we don't know what's the reasoning behind it. It's not transparent or explainable, even to their creators sometimes. Now, for the key legal challenges. So, algorithmic opacity. So, the black box issue makes it hard. Sorry. Okay, so the key legal challenges. So the black box issue makes it hard to verify how an algorithm reaches a conclusion, and the inability to cross-examine. You can question a human witness, but not a line of code, if you know what I mean. And also the proprietary restrictions. So many AI systems are private, and companies refuse to reveal how they work. So citing, for example, they would be citing trade secrets. There have been real cases, for instance, the State versus Loomis in 2016. So, a Wisconsin case, this was a Wisconsin case involving the Compass risk assessment tool, if you're familiar with it. The defendants argued that it was biased and opaque. The court allowed it, but cautioned judges not to rely on it solely. Also, another case, People versus Wakefield in 2020, which is a case that involved facial recognition evidence. The court questioned its reliability and limited its admissibility due to lack of scientific validation. So these cases show how difficult it is for courts to balance innovation with fairness and transparency. Voilà.
Thank you, Umayma. So before we conclude, let's reflect on some key questions. Should proprietary AI be admissible in court if its algorithm remains secret? How can AI systems meet the reliability standards set by Dobert and Fry? Should explainability be legally required for any AI tool used in criminal trials? These are essential questions for the future of justice in the age of AI. So to summarize, AI offers efficiency and insight, but it also poses serious risks to fairness, reliability, and transparency. Our main recommendations are standardized guidelines, establishing clear rules for AI evidence collection and presentation. Second, independent audits require open algorithms and third-party verification for stakes cases. And finally, judicial education, train judges and lawyers to understand AI's capabilities and limitations. Ultimately, justice must remain human-centered, explainable, and accountable, even in an AI-driven era. So now we're going to move on to the questions. So for our first question, the question says, if courts already have Freya and Dobert, why is AI still hard to evaluate? Umima, would you like to answer this question?
Yes, of course. So it's a really good question, but we can't use those tests to evaluate AI because those standards assume that you can actually understand and test the method. So with black box AI, you often can't actually. So that breaks the breaks. It breaks the logic the standards rely on. That's what it is.
Thank you so much, Umayma, for your insight. Moving on to the second question. Isn't excluding AI evidence slowing progress in criminal justice?
Innovation is irrelevant if it destroys fairness. So courts exist to protect rights, not to accelerate technology adoption. That's my answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Umayma, for your answer. So here we're concluding our presentation. Thank you guys for joining us, and to another one.